With just 2 weeks to go before practice starts for Lowell High's football team, a wrench has been thrown into the works. Newly elected coach Jim Duggan has resigned and is taking a job in Maine. The second runner-up for the job, Al Pear, has also taken another job. Duggan's move has angered many. This was the scene less than 5 months ago as Jim Duggan was welcomed by Lowell school administrators and school committee members. After a controversial vote that angered supporters of assistant coach Al Pear, Duggan took the helm.
I'm quite honored to be selected as the next football coach for Lowell High School. I absolutely love coaching, and I think this is a position, one of the top four, as I mentioned in some of my previous interviews, one of the top 4 jobs in the state. And I think to have me, to be selected by you people to be the coach of this team is an honor that I never thought could happen to me. And I will accept that honor and make you people as proud of me as I can possibly be.
But now it's a different story, and no one's too sure who's going to be leading the Lowell High Red Raiders when practice starts in 2 weeks.
It's unfortunate, I think. I don't think anyone, including those members who did or did not support him on the committee, could have foreseen this. It leaves the football program and the student athletes, I think, in an awkward position. And I'm hopeful that we can work something out at our next meeting, which is August 9th, and resolve this issue.
Do you think that this is all related to the budget cuts and to the fear that maybe there won't even be athletics in the fall?
Well, I personally don't believe that. I think Jim Duggan was about to give up an administrative position to take a part-time football coaching position. I was weary of that condition before we took the vote to hire him.
The future of the athletics program in general remains in jeopardy tonight due to a budget shortfall that could top the $2 million mark. Steve? The new head football coach this evening after the recent bombshell that first choice Jim Duggan would not take the coaching spot. The committee originally considered asking former coach Walter Nelson to step in, but they voted last night to choose a permanent coach. Walter Nelson resigned his post as football coach at the end of last season to concentrate on his duties as student activities coordinator. He sent a letter to the committee last night, read by Kathy Janis, declining the job and urging the same concern for academics as there has been for athletics.
The community must understand that without classroom teachers, aides, libraries, and textbooks, that the fiber of our educational system is being torn away. We all must support public education on the academic front so that athletes do not become meaningless for our athletics do not become meaningless for our student athlete.
Meanwhile, other members of the committee blasted Jim Duggan for stepping aside with just 2 weeks to go before practice starts.
I think Mr. Duggan has betrayed the students. He's obviously a very good salesman. He sold his pitch to the city of Lowell. And now he's selling it in Maine, and I wish him the best of luck, but I resent what he did to the kids of the city.
But what it came down to last night was who would lead the Red Raiders this fall. Assistant coach Mark Beati watched nervously as the committee made their choice. He was visibly relieved when the vote went his way, and he was named the new head football coach for Lowell High School.
It's important to me that every young man that plays football at Lowell High School under me has a positive experience, and that those that either academically or athletically have the ability to go on to college and further their educations and further their football playing. That's very, very important to me. I did that. I think football has been great to me, and I think it can be great to a lot of young men, and that's my main reason.
Beati beat out fellow contender Al Pear for the top coaching spot. Coach Duggan declined the job when he learned he could count on a full-time post in Maine instead of a part-time one in Lowell. Beati already teaches full-time at the Greater Lowell Voc. Steve?
The Lowell School Committee last night slashed another $900,000 from their budget for this coming fiscal year. They're hoping this will be the last rounds of cuts they'll have to make.
The budget reductions are the result of a great deal of effort by the entire staff trying to glean from what is left of the budget to find items where we could cut without greatly hampering the basic educational programs that we are offering the youngsters in the Lowell school system. I recommend the committee accept the cuts and vote on them favorably.
Our teachers are doubling up, we're increasing class size, we're decreasing special ed support services. We continue to make it harder and harder for teachers to function, and now we take away one of the areas that they can get some help in teaching, and that's library aides and keeping functioning libraries within our schools. It's a $154,000 line item, and on the administrative page of the proposed budgets from July 25th, there are several line items that would meet what we're cutting for library aides.
The committee did vote to reinstate about half of the library aides targeted for dismissal. Julie.
A few of Lowell's most hazardous intersections will be made a lot safer by this time next year. Alexander Purnell is live